Alright, this is the 5th video in the version 1.3 Memory of Chaos series. We did get through stage 4 yesterday, so if you're still struggling with that, feel free to check it out. But for stage 5, we're going to be running with Fire Trailblazer, Serval, Tingyun, and we're going to go with Lynx, just because we're up against the Ascended and all our debuffs are really annoying, so the AoE cleanse is really useful. For team 2, we're gonna run Donhong, Pella, Yukong, and Natasha. This is a slightly more annoying stage because Stormbringer does have wind resistance, so it is useful if you build your Yukong as more of a DPS oriented build, just so that you can make up for that little bit of damage that you lose. But without further ado, let's get started. We're just gonna go simple with the Trailblazer technique into Servals.
We're in trouble now.
Should probably turn auto off. So yeah, we're just gonna give Serval the buff and have our supports attack the Trotter, because killing this Trotter does enough damage to kill all the boss's summons, so you don't even have to worry about focusing them or anything, and it just puts less pressure on our Serval. Okay, and that's very useful since that will get us our ultimate on turn 1, which is some extra damage on the Trotter. So now we use our skill into an AoE. So yeah, we did still have Tingyun and Lynx to do the basic attacks on the Trotter if it still somehow lived up to that point. Unfortunately, we can't get away from weakness breaking this thing, so we can't take advantage of its weakness here. But we could still do pretty well here. We just need to make sure to kill the Trotter, so that it will kill the minions before the boss's next turn. And if they attack Serval, she just gets her ultimate, so we don't have to worry about it. There we go. Okay, easy. And now we have 2 Trotters on the field, so killing the one will set off a chain reaction to kill the other, and then that'll just be a lot of damage onto the boss. And there we go, it's pretty low now and is in definite kill range. And the boss is going to defense break itself here, which is very beneficial for us. And I guess we can give Trailblazer a heal since we're a little excess on skill points right now. And yeah. Ideally, you would weakness break the boss so that it didn't get to move as quickly there, but it does have a slow, so it's a little annoying. For the second part, we're going to use most of our buffs. Might as well just use Lynx since Serval has her energy gauge full. We'll wait till we have the attack buff before using Serval's ultimate though.
Ready to lose yours? You can fight it or rock with it. Commencing research.
And we'll hit the Trotter and we'll cleanse the wind shear if it starts stacking up too high. But at 1 stack it's not too much to worry about yet. But yeah, if the boss gets like 3 or 4 stacks on our DPS, we might want to start worrying about it. We might as well use Trailblazer's ult now, just so that we can alter the shield before the boss's next turn. Also does damage to the Trotter. There we go. Okay, we have a lot of stacks on Trailblazer, but it's still not too much to worry about since that's our tank unit. We'll give her some extra HP though. Yeah, it's a pretty simple boss. The scariest thing about this boss is that she can reduce how much HP you can recover with your heals, which is why I highly recommend bringing a shield unit like a Gepard or a Trailblazer, because shields are unaffected by it. So at a point you can just, not even have to worry about that debuff, because it won't affect your shields at all. Yeah, we don't really need to cleanse the debuffs yet. If we didn't have Trailblazer, I'd probably be using Lynx's ultimate more. just because, yeah, we would need more health most likely. But yeah, we'll heal up Ting Yun's Wind Shear since that could hurt her on her next turn. And yeah, it's a pretty simple boss. You just gotta make sure to watch the Wind Shears so they don't get out of hand. Alright, for this one, we're gonna go for Stormbringer first. Just because the Void Ranger Trampler has some really annoying minions. And if you go in unprepared, they could just get a kill off, and that can just be really annoying. So we'll go for the simpler boss first. We probably won't get our ult in turn 1. Or we actually might have. Yeah, we'll imprison the Trotter. Don't want it running away on us.
No interest in conflict.
Save Donhog's ultimate until we get all of our buffs up in the next turn.
Nap time.
So this is going to trigger his passive.
Think nothing of it. Thanks for the support.
Then we're going to get our defense break on him.
Time for a good old counterattack.
Spirit never dies.
And finally we're going to get our attack and crit buffs.
From the blue.
The truth of life and death. The sanctuary.
So yeah, even though the boss does have wind resistance, we do quite a bit of damage when its when its defense is broken, and Donhong has the wind resistance or the wind penetration.
That's better.
So yeah, the boss only locks onto targets with wind shear, so you can use Natasha's cleanse to just prevent it from using the lock on.
Ready for another?
I'll have Yukong weakness break the Trotter again for the extra
Fighting
damage.
is meaningless.
Honestly, we can probably just kill the Trotter and kill everything else with the damage. Yeah.
Commencing support.
Came close.
Stay the course.
Okay, sweet.
Analyze the
So
target
we're
before you
gonna
move
This
just
will strengthen
use...
our position.
I'll actually use Natasha's technique here since it does give an attack debuff on them. I'll just lower the RNG a little bit.
Time for a good old counterattack. Don't get careless. Nap time.
Yeah, I might as well just use Natasha's ultimate now.
Thanks for the support.
Could have used it on the ult, but it doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna target these minions just because we have
Life and death.
quite a few turns left before we hit the 18 turns. And these things do a lot of damage on their own. So I just want to remove them as a factor.
Spirit into the clouds. The wind is full. From the blue.
No, crit kind of sucks. Because yeah, if they did just lock on to Natasha, we wouldn't have to worry about them at all. But there is the chance that they lock on to all the same target, like a Pella or something, who just crumple under the constant assault from all the enemies.
I'm okay. Enemy targets detected.
Might as well just hit the Trotter.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
We can imprison it. We're setting ourselves up for a good chain reaction here again.
Think nothing of it.
Don't worry about me.
Since Donhong already has a few stacks on the boss, we'll just keep him targeting the boss. And that would have been a little annoying if they all targeted Pella, but we're
That's
good.
better. Thanks for the support.
Stay the course.
I've no
There
interest
we
in
go. Donhong will weakness break the boss and through our supports. Actually, we'll use Natasha's heal here just so that we can get Donhong's passive. Jeez.
Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
And yeah, a little bit of speed boost here. Will give us enough damage to kill the Trotter, and there you go. The stages are definitely getting a little bit harder, because even if my units are slightly more built than they need to be for the stages, if I messed up at a point there, I could have lost a unit, which would have made me have to redo it to get 3 stars. So you do need to pay more attention now. Stage 6 onwards, if you don't know, all the enemies are just in like a wave format, so you don't target 2 enemies from now on. So that's going to be the big difference going forward, but the 6th stage doesn't look too bad. So yeah, we'll just have to see when we get there. Anyways, I'll show off the units and stuff, and then that'll be the end of the video.